What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video, and I am super excited for this one as we are doing my first rebuild of Madden 20 featuring my favorite team, the New York Giants. So of course, when you rebuild your favorite team, it's always a little bit more fun because you're a little bit more personally invested, and I tried to do a great rebuild for every team. So if you guys are new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. We are on the path to 200,000 subscribers, so if you're hesitant maybe to hit the subscribe button, it would mean a lot to me. And you can always unsubscribe later if you hate me, which is possible. I'm not naive enough to think that no one's gonna hate me, because a lot of people do. Hopefully you don't if you're watching this. But Giants rebuild, I'm excited to hop right into it. Let's break down the roster. If you guys have been here for a long time, you know I'm extremely negative about the Giants, and why would I not be? Whenever I talk, oh man, the Giants are bad, people are like, oh, you're just a hater. How do you call yourself a fan if you're not on the the Giants, right? But they suck, dude. I think they could combine for 12 total wins over the last 3 seasons. I mean, is that a joke? I think it was like 5, 4, and 3. Yeah, so 12. Oh, I'm really not a math guy. Is that 11? 5? No, that's 12. What? Listen, doesn't matter. We're gonna go ahead, break down the roster, jump right into things. Let's do it. So let's go ahead and break down this disaster of a roster. I'm gonna do my best to be positive, but let's be honest, I mean, right off the bat you can see some, we'll call them red flags. The offensive line is poor. Nate Solder is a revolving door. His favorite move is like he's actually sitting down in a chair and he just whips it to the side as any defensive end, pass rushing linebacker, whatever the case might be, just runs right by him. His contract's terrible. He's actually opted out in real life. Did I say actually there? It was close, I guess. Spencer Pulley is not good. He really wasn't even supposed to be starting, and then he was just kind of flushed in to the starting role because John Jalapio got injured a year ago. He's not good. Now, Kevin Zeitler is great. Will Hernandez is solid. Andrew Thomas was a top 5 pick in the draft this past year. So here's what I'm probably going to end up doing is having Andrew Thomas play left tackle, and then Matt Parrott is going to play right tackle. I actually like Parrott a lot in the draft out of UConn. I think he has great potential to be a starting right tackle in the league, and I think Andrew Thomas will eventually, if not right away, claim that starting left tackle role with no Nate Solder. So in this game, what I'm going to do is cut Nate Solder this season. I think it's going to be the right move. I mean, we take a penalty straight on right away, but that's okay. It's not going to affect us in a year. And, I mean, he wasn't going to play anyway. He opted out in real life, so I'm fine with that. And then Parrott is going to start, as I mentioned. Tight end's interesting. Evan Ingram's a really, really good player when he's on the field. He's underrated as a pass blocker, excuse me, as a run blocker. Is elite in the passing game as a receiver. He's maybe the best, or let's say second best to Travis Kelce, best tight end after the catch in the NFL. He is so fast and so deadly in the open field. Levine Toilolo in there as well. He was a new signing. That's like kind of the best the Giants have done recently is, oh man, welcome Levine Toilolo. And people don't get the joke. Like, oh, dude, James Bradbury. Yeah, he's good. Golden Tate, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. Here's the thing here. Golden Tate is 32 years old. I might look to trade him right away just because I know he's going to regress. I know the regression has been, tuned and changed a little bit, maybe toned down slightly, but 32 is still going to regress pretty hard. So I'm going to keep Sterling Shepard. Darius Slayton I want to play quite a lot, so we're going to move him up to number 1. But Golden Tate is someone I'm probably going to trade right away. Corey Coleman is not good. I mean, David Sills and Cody Core as the other options. Like, you might see Benjamin Victor actually get some snaps. Daniel Jones is our starting quarterback for now. He's only 72 overall with normal development in the game, so I don't know what his future with this team is going to be for the rebuild. That's going to remain to be seen. Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs in the NFL. I think you could make a solid argument that he would be number 1 if not for Christian McCaffrey having such an amazing year last year. Christian McCaffrey's number 1 for now, but I love Saquon. We got a nice little Saquon canvas in the background, but Saquon's unbelievable. Really, really good player. We'll look to build around him on offense. Dion Lewis is a Giant now. Wayne Gallman. And of course, how could you forget about Cooper Rush? But Colt McCoy, hook 'em horns. What a beast Colt McCoy is. Can't wait to see him play this year. When you look on defense, there are some bright spots if it's a bad unit overall. So the team paid huge money to Blake Martinez, brought in Kyler Fackrell. Not particularly great players. Lorenzo Carter's still here. I actually have high hopes for O'Shane Ximines. I want him to play quite a bit, so I'll probably play him over Kyler Fackrell. The fact that David Mayo is getting any significant time is really bad. Ryan Connolly, I guess, will play over him, although that's not ideal. Marcus Golden's here. Lorenzo Carter. We need edge upgrades very, very badly. Might end up changing to a 4-3 or something, but, I mean, we need some upgrades. The secondary has some bright spots, like James Bradbury. Xavier McKinney, I thought, was the best safety in the entire draft, so I love his potential for the Giants. Maybe more of a run stuffer than an over-the-top type safety guy. Maybe he doesn't have the speed for that, but I think he'd be a really, really solid safety for the Giants. Jabril Peppers, of course, in there as well. Julian Love is almost more of a safety than a corner. And then, I mean, you're such an idiot, dude. DeAndre Baker. We're just going to cut him. We're just going to cut him. I'm going to do what the Giants should have done in real life already. Of course, I already know the comments are going to be like, oh, he could be innocent. Yeah, so could OJ, dude. I mean, whatever. Corey Ballantyne, Grant Haley, Sam Beal, who never is going to play for the Giants ever. I mean, he's got like 2 games in 3 years. And then on the defensive line, a lot of potential in Dexter Lawrence. Dalvin Tomlinson's one of the most underrated players on the Giants. I don't want to say in the entire NFL, but most people don't know who this is, and he's a really, really solid defensive lineman for the Giants. Leonard Williams, the team traded for, and it was actually pretty solid last year. I don't think sacks are everything, especially not for an interior defensive lineman. So I like Leonard Williams. I think he's going to have a pretty good year this year. BJ Hill behind them, really solid player. And then like Austin Johnson, Rocky McIntosh, and Chris Slayton. It's RJ McIntosh actually, but Rocky McIntosh is not. He's not here. Don't worry about it. Special teams. The team in real life actually signed Graham Gano, so I guess we're going to do that. Riley Dixon's actually a little bit better than his overall would give him credit, I think. But Chandler Catanzaro can get released. I am going to sign Graham Gano. And we will go ahead and see if we can make some trades and hop right into things. Aldrick Rosas, our favorite. Where is Graham Gano? Not even on here. All right, no Graham Gano, so we'll just sign a 1-year option. The second best kicker in NFL history. Of course, behind Justin Tucker. Hook 'em horns. We'll get Adam Vinatieri in there. And I do want to trade Golden Tate. He's one of our highest overall players, but I also think we can get a good pick. And I'm trying to build through the draft. Golden Tate's going to be a good player to trade. Okay, so interesting first trade. We are trading across locker rooms, actually. Jets and Giants. Golden Tate, Marcus Golden, and a 6th-round pick are headed to the Jets for their projected number 10 overall pick. I think that's pretty good value for us, especially don't really care for Golden Tate long-term. Marcus Golden wasn't really going to play a big impact. Now Kyler Fackrell can start, and O'Shane Ximines can play, or I could just leave Lorenzo Carter in that role, which I might actually opt to do, as he's already in there. And then for specialist, I want O'Shane Ximines rushing the passer. Kyler Fackrell, I guess, can be in that role as well. Julian Love in the slot. If I called him Jordan Love by mistake earlier, I know his name is Julian. Sometimes I just misspeak. And then they went Rashawn Golden as a sub linebacker. Why? He's a 69 overall. Nice. Also, nice merch in my store. Teespring, Bengal, something. The link is in the description. There are a ton of great options. If you like the Vanilla Vic theme that we've done in the past, Bengal logo. Nice for 69. Ben Bones, if you watch Face of the Franchise or my NCAA series. All those links are in the description. I stream pretty much every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bengal, twitter.com/Bengal YouTube, Instagram, Bengal YouTube. You can see more content on there. So, always having conversations over there, having a good time. We talk some football, do whatever you'd like. So check those out. Links are in the description. Hate to keep promoting, but I know this video is going to get a lot of views. So, I gotta get it in while I can. So please hit that subscribe button. I will also mention, for the sake of time in these rebuilds, so these videos aren't like 8 hours long, I do have the CPU auto upgrading, and they are also auto scouting at this point. I will have a tutorial on my channel about how to scout and some things you're going to want to look for. What are some signs of some great players, how to drop these Superstar and Superstar X Factor players. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe and check that out. Have I told you to subscribe enough yet? I know it's annoying, I really do, but like when you say it, so many more people do it. But I will have that video up if you want to watch, even if you don't subscribe. Just check back and watch that if you want some help. But we will be simulating to about the midseason mark. I'm probably going to stop it just prior to that so that I can see the players whose contracts are expiring. Maybe we'll make some trades. And yeah, I'll see you there. We're almost there already. I might as well just not leave you. So I will cancel the auto sim here. We are 3-4 at about the midseason mark. Just got blown out by the Eagles 27-0. Feels like way too much like real life in some ways. But yeah, the only team we're ahead right now in the division is football team. And I think the division actually could look a lot like this in real life. Eagles, I think maybe would be a 4-win team at this point, but you never know. At least we're above football team. Football team isn't standing a chance, but about players ready to negotiate their contracts, Leonard Williams is in here. It's going to be interesting to see what he wants. Dalvin Tomlinson. Deion Lewis, I can tell you I don't want just because he's a 29-year-old running back. I think that's fairly replaceable, especially at only a 77 overall. I didn't even know Brandon Mebane was on the team. Grant Haley, I think he's replaceable. Corey Coleman, I mean, all these players are replaceable for the most part. Don't really need these guys except for Dalvin Tomlinson and then maybe Leonard Williams, depending on what he's asking for. He's got to realize he's an 81 overall. We do have a lot of cap room, but I mean, that goes away quickly when you start handing out these big deals. But this really isn't too much if you want to sign this year. He wants more salary. I guess we probably could do that. Dalvin Tomlinson should be cheaper. He barely is, though. He wants only 2 years. Well, I want you for more. Can I bring that down slightly? Also wants a higher salary. Also, duly noted. I'll think about it. But as for those guys, there's really not anyone with significant trade value that I would even consider moving. There are some players in there we could upgrade. CPU will take care of that in sim. But I think what's going to happen now is I will simulate to the next week. Oh, we got football team on the schedule. Some could say we have football team on the schedule every week, but not quite the same. We're going to up the salary for Leonard Williams and Dalvin Tomlinson. Bring those guys back and then simulate to the playoffs. I don't think we're going to make it, but it could be fairly close. Maybe bring down the bonus slightly. All right, Leonard Williams resigns, and Dalvin Tomlinson. Boost the salary a little bit. Bring down the signing bonus, still just over 6, and Dalvin Tomlinson returns long-term as well. I think those are fair contracts for those guys, considering their age and their potential value. But let's go to the playoffs. Before that, I am going to go to the player progression, and we'll get DB and LB going there. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And I think Xavier McKinney is going to have only star development. I'm like 99% positive, but that could go up at some point over the course of this thing. He was like, oh, Andrew Thomas as well only had star, but yeah, McKinney's at star. Trying to get some superstar players on this team. The whole reason I wanted to add another first-round pick is so we can have a higher chance to get some of those players in the draft. Might move up and down the draft board depending on what type of talent is there. We're going to see when we are at the draft. Free agency could be interesting as well. This is the first one I've done this year, so I'm not exactly sure who will be in there as we do not make the playoffs. Finishing at 6-10, Cowboys take home the division. We'll check out the stats, see who is important for us. Matt Rule looks frightening. I don't know what's going on with that picture, but I don't like it. Not at all. That is so bad. All right, let's see the stats here. I think playbooks are playing a lesser impact this year, but we shall see. Daniel Jones, not a terrible year, just not particularly good. Saquon Barkley was amazing. 1,200 plus yards, averaging almost 5 per carry, 7 touchdowns. He's incredible. Sterling Shepard was okay, as was Darius Slayton, as was Evan Ingram. Corey Coleman somehow had 7 touchdowns on only 33 catches. On his John Ross BS right there. Blake Martinez had a ton of tackles, shocking. Tackles for loss, 17 for Leonard Williams, really. Kyler Fackrell even managed to get 7 sacks. The sim stats are looking a lot better this year, by the way, as James Bradbury managed to haul in 4 interceptions, although I don't see Xavier McKinney. Oh, why could you not get any interceptions, Xavier? It's going to be no rookie of the year. Blake Martinez forced 3 fumbles. And then a touchdown for who else but Jabril Peppers. He was such a crazy player at Michigan. And it looks like he's going to be continuing that here with the Giants. Obviously, he went to the Browns before Michigan. But we'll check out MVP. Goes to Lamar Jackson as he beats out Patrick Mahomes. That seems familiar. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers. Any Giants in there? Oh, the 31st ranked offense didn't have an Offensive Player of the Year candidate? Shock. Khalil Mack for Defensive Player of the Year. Roquan Smith just behind him. Maybe Bears defense will be the move. As the Offensive Rookie of the Year is DeAndre Swift of the Lions. Nope, DeAndre Swift jersey signed behind me. Won that in like a bid auction or like a giveaway type thing. So I don't have any special attachment to DeAndre Swift. I just think he's a really good player. Probably could even increase his ball carry vision if he got his dreads out of his face and could actually see. Just a suggestion. Antonio Gibson for football team in there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Terrell Burgess of the Rams. Xavier McKinney at number 6. And some Panthers in there back-to-back. Even Derek Brown at number 2. It was a Packers-Texans Super Bowl. That'd be an interesting one. That'd be a fun game to watch, probably. Aaron Rodgers versus Deshaun Watson. Wouldn't mind that. And I really don't want to bring back any of our... I don't want to use say pending free agents. They're free agents now. As we go into free agency with just under 60 mil to potentially spend. And we don't need a running back. I'll tell you that. So, not really going to consider that. Quarterback, definitely not famous Jameis. AJ Green, a little bit old. Zach Pascal has superstar development. How is that? Did he get that? You can't see. I wish you could see. Zach Pascal's interesting. Only 26 years old. How expensive is he going to be? 14.9 over 3. That really isn't too bad. I could do that. Where would this put us? 90 total points? Probably not going to be in the conversation for him there. I mean, he's a 79 overall. He's not particularly high. But 92 is as far as I'm going to go. That puts us in second place. If we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. Wide receiver isn't a huge need for us, as, you know, tight end isn't a particularly huge need either. However, offensive line could be. Not a lot of value here. Jason Peters has been moved to guard in real life. Kind of forgot about that. Don't love the offensive line. I don't love what I'm seeing on the edge either. There's just not a lot of value here. Damon Harrison, we could bring him back, although I don't really want to. Devon Godshaw with decent value, but again, we don't really need it. Tack McKinley. I just don't like a lot of these guys here. Just not a ton of great value here. Anthony Walker. Anthony Walker actually could be a good addition to our squad. Really solid player in real life. Probably should be even higher than a 75. Probably should have even higher than only normal development. What can we get him for? 75 total points? That'd be a really good deal. I would like to get Anthony Walker. Demario Davis is just too old. Don't really need a corner with these group of corners in here. Levi Wallace will be interesting. James Bradbury, as you can see, got upgraded to superstar development. That's awesome. Marcus Williams. Oh, Marcus Williams will be quite the addition. I might actually offer him a contract. He's really, really good. So it'd be tough to pass on a player of his caliber. Might offer him a big contract. And I know we have Xavier McKinney. I know we have Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers, I think, could almost be more effective in a slot corner role for us. So I might opt to do that. And we'll see who we got. As we did not get Marcus Williams, we did not get Zach Pascal, which is fine. I wasn't too in on either of those guys. Obviously, would have been huge additions to the team, or just based on the quality of our roster. I think Anthony Walker's still the big one that I want. But if I wanted any of those guys, like, seriously, I would have offered them, you know, bigger contracts to ensure that we got them. Here are our fifth-year options. Assistant GM here wants us to know about Saquon. Yeah, I think we'll probably keep Saquon Barkley around. Yeah, definitely want to keep him around. So, yeah, pick up that fifth-year option, please. And, I mean, I'd like to get Anthony Walker, please. There we go. Anthony Walker. That is our first free agent signing of Madden 21. And, I mean, I think it's a big one. It'd be nice to see him get upgraded there. And you can see a lot of our players actually got development trait increases. Lorenzo Carter went up to star. Love that. Blake Martinez, I believe, went up. O'Shane Zimenez for sure went up. I can't remember if Blake Martinez. I think he was normal. I'm almost positive. So he went up. And then offensively, don't really see any changes. You'd figure that Darius Slayton is the next to go up. But that is very nice. The team is improving. I think Anthony Walker is a big, big addition to our team. I might look to trade Blake Martinez at some point. I know the Giants just signed him, but I don't like his contract, and I don't like him as a player. As we are picking at number 7 in the draft, the Cardinals once again have the number 1 overall pick. Now, the question is, where are our picks? 7 and 10. And what kind of players are in the draft? Gonna have to look, gonna have to find out and see. Decent quarterback in here already. Very intriguing. Man, really strong right tackle class. Love to see that everybody in there is either undrafted or is this 6th rounder later. What is going on there? So there are some really, really good edge rushers in this class. Brian Brown, Stephen Easley, Dennis Quinton all fit the bill. However, these guys are all projected to go inside the top 5. I do like Kenny Harrington quite a bit. I think he's a really solid player. Could be a very good addition. However, I'm worried about these guys getting taken. I really am. So we might end up working up the board. I'd be fine with Kenny Harrington if we had to take him. But I think we'll go pick by pick. And if 2 of those guys go, we might consider moving up, as I think one of them will here. Brian Brown is a 76 overall at Michigan State. And the Vikings take Stephen Easley, who's also a 76 overall. That's time out of Boston College. So Quinton's probably the next player that I'd like, and he was the guy that I was eyeing anyway as maybe the best player in this class. I don't think the Chargers would take him, although you never know. They do. He's a 78 overall. Doesn't fit their scheme at all. They're a 4-3 team. They already have 2 edge rushers, but all right, I guess whatever. There goes left guard. Raiders could take a QB here. Kenny Harrington is the guy who's next on my list. We also could consider taking a corner. That's a glaring need. There goes Earl Allen. And is football team going to screw us here? Football team could screw us. I mean, they couldn't really. They're not going to take anyone that I really want. There goes a quarterback. They're taking a QB already. They're done with Dwayne Haskins. They go KEON PARHAM. KEON PARHAM. Now, we have a lot of options here. Matt Swinton looks quite good. I think Kenny Harrington's going to be my pick, though. Looks to be a really solid player. Is going to play either outside linebacker, or we move to a 4-3, which we could very easily do. But we just need some more guys to get after the quarterback. And Kenny Harrington, I think, could very easily facilitate that. Antonio Baldwin's also someone I like quite a bit. He would help with a move to a 4-3. Antonio Baldwin looks really, really good. But I think Kenny Harrington's going to be my pick here. Let's go ahead and take him. He is a 78 overall. Number 3 in the draft. We took him at number 7. Star or better development, wearing Andrew Thomas's number and also his overall on his jersey. 81 finesse moves, 87 speed, 90 excel, 87 strength, 82 tackle, 78 pursuit. I mean, it looks like a really, really solid player. Number 3 in the class. Really can't get too mad about that. And we pick again in 2 picks. The Bengals take a corner, Jabari Stewart out of Tennessee, and the Dolphins take Will Session, a 79 overall defensive tackle out of Auburn. Kind of the last position we need. So I'm not really too mad about that. Matt Swinton, we could go with another defensive end or speed rusher there. Although I like the potential of Antonio Baldwin a lot. He looks like he'd be real good. He's a power rusher who ran 4.68, and someone like Matt Swinton is a speed rusher who also ran 4.68. I know that's like finesse moves versus power moves, but Antonio Baldwin might be the pick here. I mean, we could easily go to a 4-3. Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams on the inside. I mean, we just re-signed Dalvin Tomlinson long term, so I guess Dexter Lawrence might be the odd man out. We could play Antonio Baldwin at outside linebacker. I mean, we might end up just doing that. Let's take Antonio Baldwin. Number 8 in the class. We took him at 10. He's got massive arms and only normal development. You don't like to see normal development. You do like to see his 86 power moves, his 82 speed. Those things are quite good. The normal development kind of hurts, but I still think we got a good player. We'll simulate to round 2, pick 10. Would love for this linebacker to be available. Not sure that he will be, as a receiver goes just in front of us. Someone I looked at but didn't seem amazing, so Didn't love him. Seems like that linebacker's probably gone, and he is. All right, trading nearly the rest of our draft. It's a second-round pick. It's a fourth-round pick. It's also B.J. Hill, so a pretty good player. But for a first-rounder and a third-rounder next year from the Minnesota Vikings, basically what it came down to is I think I see a decent backup defensive tackle already that we could take in the third round. I really don't think B.J. Hill is going to be extremely valuable to us long-term. Figure we just trade him. We get a first-round pick next year. There wasn't really anybody on the board that I wanted to take there in the second round. So the trade down was super easy, and we'll take Al Beal out of Utah. What's up, Al? 71 overall, only normal development, but is ranked at number 28 in the draft. We took him at 74. Pretty good value there. 89 strength, 74 power move, 72 block shed, 75 speed even is not too bad, 80 tackle. Really not a bad player. But that is going to do it for this draft here in year number 1 as we move on into year number 2. So after Harrington, I probably just should have traded down. We did add another solid edge rusher onto our team in Antonio Baldwin, and maybe he'll even play on the defensive line. But I probably should have just traded down and then waited for a corner or something like that, because now we have a lot of edge rushers. Lorenzo Carter is not going to be on the team long term, so I'm not really like too concerned with that. I don't really know what Antonio Baldwin's role is going to be here in year 1. I don't know if he's going to ride the bench. I feel like maybe he'll be a rush left end for us. I mean, that's not too bad. We'll have Harrington and Baldwin flying off the edge. 2 good defensive tackles up the middle. Anthony Walker's our sub linebacker. Darnay Holmes I actually want as my slot corner. I didn't talk about him. I think Darnay Holmes is a really good player. Just a little bit undersized. As you can see, he's only 5'10", 195. Just a little bit small for the position. So he's not really a guy that's going to be able to play on the outside. Or that's usually what happens with these smaller guys. But on the inside at slot corner, I think he could actually be a really good player. But I mean, I like our defense. O'Shane as our base right outside linebacker. And then we have as our rush ends, we have Baldwin and Harrington. That's really not too bad. We're in a pretty good spot. Solid team. We need to improve corner for sure. Probably inside linebacker. And then on offense, it's center, right tackle, maybe quarterback, and wide receiver. But that is the team for season number 2. We're going to go ahead and simulate to the mid-season mark and see how we're doing. We are 2-5 at the mid-season mark. Not particularly good. What's holding us back? Offense or defense or both? We have the worst offense in football. Very cool. But middle of the pack defense. Okay. So the offense is really, really bad. Now, I wonder if that is playbook related. I want to say that hopefully the playbook doesn't matter as much as it has in the past couple Maddens. Our offense is still bad. Like, we don't have a center or right tackle, and our quarterback's only 75 overall. Like, it's not crazy to think that our team could struggle. Harrington has superstar development. Yes. Thank you, Kenny Harrington. Yeah, he's going to be really, really good for us. Has spinner. He's got a little dreidel there. He's like Jerry Jeudy. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and re-sign Evan Ingram. For sure. Kevin Zeitler, I'd like to. Jabril Peppers and Will Hernandez as well. Lorenzo Carter can go. I think it's a little bit too late to trade him right now. I hate how when you simulate to the midseason mark, it's past the trade deadline. Like, that's so dumb. But, you know, it's the way it's been, so it's the way it's going to continue to be. Shout out to Madden. But Evan Ingram, we're going to offer him a contract. We have a lot of cap room. Will Hernandez is back. Evan Ingram is back. Kevin Zeitler and Jabril Peppers both want a higher bonus, so I guess we'll have to satisfy that in the next week. And I do want them to return, as that's great. The sponsored by Microsoft Windows Surface is going through my coach's body. How can you breathe with no air? Is that Jordan Sparks? I don't want to get copyrighted. Obviously, my singing is so great that the copyright detection system could pick that up. I think that's Jordan Sparks. I don't know. So, no playoffs here again, but it's only season 2, so not really too worried about it. Went 5-10. Even, was that worse than last year? I forget where we went. 21st offense in the NFL, so a very slight improvement. And then our defense somehow became almost worse in the NFL. Almost the worst in the NFL. Fantastic. Daniel Jones was better. threw an interception a game, but also almost threw for 4,000 yards. Saquon was even better. 13 TDs, still the same yards per carry. He was fantastic. Darius Slayton, great year. 95 catches, 938 yards, 7 TDs. Sterling Shepard, decent. Cody Core. How is Cody Core putting up those numbers on only 52 catches? We need a better third receiver, man. Jabril Peppers had a ton of tackles and 2 picks. That's maybe a defensive player of the year type season. Quarterback sacks, 6 for Leonard Williams. The rookie Kenny Harrington, whopping 5.5 there. Interceptions, 3 for Darnay Holmes, 3 for Xavier McKinney. So makes up for not having any his rookie year. And gets 3 this year. A couple of forced fumbles for the team. Antonio Baldwin involved with a rookie. And then no touchdowns this time. Come on, Jabril Peppers. You got to step up your game. Yearly awards, Deshaun Watson wins MVP. No Giants in there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers. KEON Parham in there for Offensive Player of the Year. So it looks like football team was pretty good. Defensive Player of the Year, Bobby Wagner. Khalil Mack in there of the 7-9 Bears. Football team is pretty good, man. That's interesting. Offensive Rookie of the Year, KEON Parham. Marcus Quinton, whoever that is for us, finished at number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Kenny Harrington. There we go. He might even go up to Superstar X Factor. Antonio Baldwin at number 5. Not too bad. Also, I like how there was a player for the Niners named Solomon Tart. As if that's just not a combination of 2 of the players I have, Solomon Thomas and Jaquaski Tart. You think you're slick, Madden? No. Oh, yeah, we need Jabril. The Browns are back in the Super Bowl. This is Madden 20 all over again. Kevin Zeitler has regressed down to an 83. I mean, he's still worth bringing back for a year. I don't think that's... He wants to play for a new team. I kind of don't blame you, but I'm kind of going to franchise tag you anyway. So, you're kind of not going to play for a new team next year. We'll up the bonus on Jabril. And he is back. I mean, we needed to bring him back. Lorenzo Carter, as like I said, we don't really need him. And show me some big development trait increases. I want to see Darius Slayton. I want to see Kenny Harrington, the rookie. So none on offense. It's just Kevin Zeitler plays every position now for us. And then defensively, no. Interesting. Interesting. Thought Harrington would have gone up to a Superstar X Factor. However, apparently not. He does go up to an 83, however. Just under 60 mil again to spend in free agency. And I think I have my eye on a free agent. Mitchell Schwartz, 33 years old, but is a 95 overall. 94. 2-year deal. I mean, 16 mil a year is a pretty big contract. Ooh, no one's really trying to go after him. Hold on. Let's bring that down a lot. Maybe like 75 points. So salary up to 6. Signing bonus still at 7. 73 total points. That could be enough to sign him. Mike McGlinchey also would be, I mean, probably a better signing just because of his age. But he's going to be a lot more expensive right now. Orlando Brown Jr. Man, there's so many amazing tackles here. Hold on. Oh, he's a lot cheaper, and he's, like, really good. And really young. And no one wants him. All right. Sorry, Mitchell. It would be nice to bring you in, but Orlando Brown Jr. is clearly the best option. Without question. Justin Reed would be a fun player to get as well. Michael Gallup. We could steal Leighton Vander Esch from the Dallas Cowboys, and that might be what we opt to do. Any good corners in here? You know, not really. Bradley Roby's 30 here now. That's why. I know he's not 30 in real life at this point. Foyesade Olokun is superstar. Okay, interesting. I mean, we'd be playing him at middle linebacker or changing up our scheme very slightly. But LVE is too good not to get. Superstar X Factor is pretty good. Really good player. We'll be number 1 on him. Bilal Nichols. We don't really need any more defensive linemen. So I think we should be good from that front. We do need interior offensive linemen. Trey Turner. I don't know about that. Jason Kelsey's interesting. But his age kind of concerns me at 34. Now, we could end up just signing another amazing right tackle and then moving them across our offensive line. Which, is that cheesy? Maybe. Like, what will it take to get Mike McGlinchey? It's still not even that expensive for a 5-year deal for him. Like, we're losing a lot of our cap room here, but I mean, we'd be upgrading our offensive line massively. So, I mean, it's worth at the very least considering and then offering. Baker Mayfield's even in here. We don't have the money to afford a quarterback, but we've offered some pretty big contracts already. We definitely see if they pan out. I am going to look in not quarterback, kicker. The same thing, you know. Kicker and punter. We do have Riley Dixon, so we need a kicker. Probably can just get Brandon McManus for nothing. 7-year, bring down the money. 45 total points. He's interested. Trust me on that. Okay, so Leighton Vander Esch and Mike McGlinchey both told me to go screw. Sick. However, the big free agent I want, Orlando Brown Jr., now has a lot more guys that want to sign him. So maybe it was worth offering more on him from the jump. But I still think we could sign him for this. And this still is not a bad contract. This is a really good contract for a player of his caliber. Can probably even bring the salary down and just like amp up the bonus a ton. 110 total points. 110 should be enough, but I'm going to bring down the salary even more. And that should be in the same neighborhood, 102. I'm going to make it go back up, don't worry. All right. I want to move Jabril Peppers to corner and sign Justin Reed. How doable is that? Jabril Peppers played corner in high school. That's obviously a long time ago. He played at, Paramus Catholic. And, where else did he play? Did he go to Don Bosco? I can't remember. His man coverage, though, is 78. I mean, that's not bad. 90 speed. He'd be elite in the slot. I mean, he's a good safety already, but, like, are we minimizing his potential, playing him and keeping him at safety? Because he'd be a Madden cornerback goon, which could be worthwhile for our team if we could bring in Justin Reed. I mean, that'd be a really, really big pickup for us. And he goes to an 84. Then we don't need a corner so much. Julian Love could play safety, but I think Justin Reed is going to be a really, really good pickup if we can bring him in. So I am going to offer on him. Please. Oh, finally. Oh, my goodness. What a free agent class. Justin Reed, Orlando Brown Jr., and also Brandon McManus. So our offensive line just got a lot better with the addition of Orlando Brown Jr. Still need a center, could draft one. But really, our defense got a lot better because we brought in Justin Reed. And then Xavier McKinney can potentially go play a more natural, strong safety. And that's good. So his overall probably won't change, but he will just be a strong safety now. So the X-Man to strong safety. He's so good in the box anyway, so natural fit. And our defense is starting to look a lot better. Anthony Walker up to star development. Well, nice to see Baldwin go up, but it's okay. So now on defense, kind of don't need a lot. Offense, receiver, still potentially quarterback, center. And then maybe best player available on defense. Say blessed? Yeah, we're blessed. Blessed player available. Daniel Jones, 5th-year option. We're not going to pick that up because I don't know what his future is. I don't feel like playing it or paying him long term if we don't know if we're playing him long term. Dexter Lawrence, we will pick it up. Please ask me about DeAndre Baker's next. Oh, wait. He's an idiot. Jesus. It's draft time. The Jets pick at number 1 overall. There's a quarterback named Benji Fox. He's ran a 4.52. Okay, Benji. Pick at 8 and 15. This guy's pretty cool. I gotta stop with these. All right, simulating to pick number 8. What can we get here? I do have some guys that are marked. I like Bryce Hammond. I know we don't need more edge rushers. I only keep drafting them, but he looks really good. So, I mean, it's something to think about. Although Jacoby Teague out of Ole Miss might be our best bet. 6'2", ran 4.49, good catching, good spectacular catch, medium route running. Also quite solid that we can tell. But also, this guy is still worth considering. Better top skills, maybe a slightly better athlete. You know, it's something to think about. Jacoby Teague is going to be my pick. We're taking a receiver inside the top 10, and it was kind of a decision that happened. That's all I can say about it. I mean, he's normal development, man. I don't like normal development. He's a 76 overall, which is quite good. Ranked in the top 7. We took him at number 8, so, you know, decent value there. 89 speed is a little bit lackluster. That's what 89 speed is? 449? Interesting. There goes Bryce Hammond at 14. Was a 76 overall. So, not better than what we had, clearly. Now, Duncan Stratton. I think I might double up on receivers. He's a little slot guy. Looks like a beast. I could trade Sterling Shepard, move back up into the draft. 5'9", ran 4.36. Amazing vert, amazing top skills. Let's take him. Duncan Stratton. Also, normal development. Number 5 in the class. We took him at 15. He's a 77 overall with 95 speed. Does everyone have normal development this year? Or am I just getting unlucky? Okay, so Sterling Shepard is on the move. He's 29 years old. He's getting paid over 10 mil per year. So this is a huge salary cap dump for us. But we're also trading a 5th this year, a 4th next year. But we're getting number 16 overall. So, not bad. I wanted to trade Blake Martinez. Here's the thing, though. There is a linebacker I'm looking at. He's an outside guy. He's a speed rusher that I think could play on the inside. I think he's a really good player, so it's like, I don't really want to pass on him. I mean, we need offensive line, but, like, he's not that good. There's, like, no offensive linemen I think are even worth taking. We're going to go Darius Batch out of South Carolina. Go Cox. Normal development. What is up with the normal dev here? He's a 76 overall, which is not bad. Already better than Blake Martinez. And I think he could play on the inside as well, as I said. Like, his tackling and his coverage is honestly better than I thought it would be. It's really not too bad. Decent block shedding. But it's just like, I don't know. Why do all these players have normal development, man? It's killing me. All right, round 2, I'm taking a safety, Nasir Brown, with the thought of maybe moving him to linebacker. He would be a little bit light for the position. He'd be a money backer, 6'1", 204. But ran pretty quick, 4.55, great vertical, good top skills, amazing hit power. Ooh, finally a hidden development player. And they're like, yeah, I have Xavier McKinney's number. He's ranked top 10 in the class, which is quite nice. 75 overall is very, very good. This is a good second round pick, man. 90 speed, 77 zone, 82 hit power. He's also got 74 tackling. Block shedding isn't even too bad. I mean, 50's not good, but it's not too bad. But it's not too bad. So, we have some potential there. Round 3. What do we want to do here? I have receivers marked. I also have a tackle that I would like to take and maybe play him at center or something. Like, I don't know. Some good receivers in there as well. Let's take Bruce Wiggins here out of Florida. Also, normal development. Ranked number 30. We took him at 72. He's a 73 overall. So, again, not bad. Good speed on him. Route running could use some work. But, you know, overall not terrible. Good ball carrier vision. Is this a return man? Is this a return man? Looks like it could be. Perry Peoples. That's a fun name. Alabama. I guess let's take that tackle. Ben Johnson. 70 overall. Normal dev. Number 49. Took him at 79. And that might be our starting center. Really strong. Solid pass blocking. Really not a bad player either. I don't want to say that about everybody, but, like, we don't draft that many bad players around here. Round 4. Is that receiver still on the board? Seontae Woodward. Let's take him. Also, normal development. Shocking. Number 32. We took him at 104. Our receiver depth has been restored. Really good at short route running. Good catch in traffic. Good speed. Looks like he'd probably work well in the slot with his nice release. Yeah, it is. Archetype is slot. Yeah, not a shocker. Kevin Medrano. All the threes. That guy could be a basketball player. That might be the worst joke I've ever made. Like, I would hesitate to call that a joke. There's just nothing there. Do I take another receiver? I've taken, what, 3 already? 4? I've taken 4. That's like the only good player still available. Ooh, what about Kirk Toler out of Texas? Hook 'em horns. All right, Kirk, I'll give you a shot. 66 overall. Decent pick for the spot, but he's got 87 speed. Good special teamer, maybe? I don't know. Also, I mean, who told all these linebackers that it was cool to start wearing numbers in the 40s? What's up with that? I don't like it. Okay, so maybe trading Sterling Shepard wasn't the best idea, because now our second best receiver is Nico Bellic from GTA 4. Who is this? I know we just drafted him, but like, can any of these guys have star better development? Is that possible? And we're gonna move, I guess what? Johnson to starting right tackle or right guard. Matt Pert could play that role. Is he gonna be better? He really is not gonna be. We're gonna play Johnson here at right guard. It could be a worse offensive line. It could be. So when you check specialist, Brown is actually a 71 overall sub linebacker, which was kind of the role we wanted to maybe play anyway. So, I mean, maybe that's just what we do. Maybe that's the move, is to play him on the inside. Because, I mean, it's not Blake Martinez. What is Batch going to be at inside linebacker, though? Because that's kind of where I wanted to play him anyway. The thing that's, like, maybe stopping me and maybe playing the safety at linebacker is that development trade. So, we have a lot of good players and not enough spots for them. I say a lot of good players. They're okay. They've got potential. What is Batch on the inside now? Doesn't even show up. Okay, it's interesting. It's interesting. What is Nasir Brown as a linebacker? Everyone plays middle linebacker on this team now. I want to get Blake Martinez out of here, dude. If we could actually maybe trade one of our rookie receivers and Blake Martinez for some type of actually very good receiver, I sure would like that a lot. Brown's a 69 overall middle linebacker. Nice. You're going to start. You're going to be our number one. Martinez is going to get traded. I like O'Shane Zimenez, but I don't. Is this team just better suited to play in a 4-3? I like Lawrence. We might just have good defensive tackle depth, which isn't bad. 4-3, that would be Baldwin and Harrington, defensive end, and then like, oh no, yeah, no, we're gonna do that. So I'm just gonna actually just change the playbook. We're gonna stay in a 3-4. I need to get them to change this. When you sort through by playbook, it's sorted by their actual team name and not the location that's listed. So if I want to get to, say, for offensive playbook, like Texans, I have to scroll through to where T is in the alphabet. And I don't really know how the alphabet works. So that could be a challenge. We're going to try out Houston because the Texans were so good. This will be the team for season 3. Oh, no, it's not. I said I was going to make a trade. Let's do that. Let's do what I said I was going to do. Oh, yeah, I still don't have a center. I got to fix that. All right, super fair trade. Why don't you fix your trade system? I won't be able to do things like this, and that's fine. Figure it out. Blake Martinez, a 5th this year and a 4th next year for Quentin Nelson. He's a 97 overall offensive lineman, but because he plays guard, he has no value in the trade logic, which has not been overhauled in some time now. But I guess Kevin Zeitler can go play center. Will Hernandez to right guard. Actually, no. Kevin Zeitler, you're going to play center now. Isn't that what I just said? Am I brain dead? So I guess really the only change is the addition of Quentin Nelson, which is a giant change, by the way. No pun intended with our team name. But defensively, everything's going to stay how I had it, except no more Blake Martinez, which I think is probably a good move. Specialist. Brown's going to be our sub linebacker. Baldwin, Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Harrington. Not Julius Peppers. What the? Jabril Peppers in the slot. I think it's a pretty solid team. Will they perform? Almost certainly not. But with the addition of new playbooks and not just running Giants playbook anymore, maybe we'll experience some newfound success. O-line training boost up. This is probably the last year for Daniel Jones. If he doesn't have it, we're moving on. We're moving in a different direction. I'll trade him. I'll do whatever. But we have to make a change at this point. If we're not successful near the midseason mark, have to. 1-6. Okay, so there you go. We have an 88 overall offense, by the way, just so everyone knows. We're 12th in the league. Okay, that's not too bad. Where's our defense? 25th. Not ideal there. Not ideal. We're going to give the defense another year to develop. We made some crazy moves on defense. It's still not amazing. I do get it. I get it. Where's Daniel Jones? He's a 77. We have a lot of free agents. O'Shane Ximines probably won't get re-signed because of the depth we have behind him. Even though he's a good player, he is progressing, just not that quick. Julian Love. I mean, some of these players are in weird spots, man. Like, what do we do with some of these guys? Saquon is like the only obvious re-sign. I mean, Darius Slayton. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. We gotta trade some of these guys. He wants a higher bonus. Can you be a team player, dude? Can you please? We're just gonna make a big move. We're gonna make a big move. It might include trading Daniel Jones. It's just that teams are not gonna be able to take on our salaries. But something's got to give. Okay, something's got to give. O'Shane Ximines just might have to get traded. He just might have to. Darius Batch would be a higher overall outside linebacker by a lot. He could take over for O'Shane Ximines, I think, very quickly. Antonio Baldwin's a good player that really isn't playing a lot because of O'Shane Ximines. Again, is this team better suited for a 4-3? It's so tough to tell because we have, like, Dalvin Tomlinson, Dexter Lawrence, and Leonard Williams. Those are three defensive tackles who are pretty good. But we play in a 3-4, so we can get three of them playing. I don't know. Nice trade here. O'Shane Ximines and Matt Parrott gets us DK Metcalf. I would say probably a pretty decent addition to our receiving core. Great trade per usual. So our offense continues to get better. I still don't know about the defense, man. I know that, like, we're one trade or change away from actually being super competitive. Like, I like a lot of these players out here. Brown has superstar development. I mean, we have potential. We just have to figure everything out. And it might be better in a 4-3. I know I've been saying that, but it's just going to be better, probably. Ooh, James Bradbury is an impending free agent. Should probably trade him while he still has value. But it's gonna be tough to trade him with his big contract. Okay, that went through straight up. Julio is 33, but it's James Bradbury just straight up for Julio Jones. It's an interesting move, to say the least. Trading Jacoby Teague, who's a receiver who we drafted, and 2 3s, one this year, one next year for a first from the Seahawks. I think that first round pick could be pretty valuable, even if they're okay. We do need to bring back Darius Slayton, even though we have Julio now and DK Metcalf. As you guys know, the Seahawks were in the market for a receiver. They just randomly lost their best one out of nowhere. I guess no, they have Tyler Lockett, but we'll go ahead and offer Darius Slayton here, and he is back long term. Zeitler could be fairly expensive. He's not that bad. He is going down in overall, though, so it's something to watch out for. Wants a bigger contract, maybe. Julian Love, we're going to sign long term. Daniel Jones, I just don't know about, man. I feel like he's holding us back a lot. Just because he's not, like, that good and not developing all that quickly. Something to consider is moving him. 1-7. Football team crushed us. We just don't compete. Daniel Jones is going to get maybe tagged and traded. What does Saquon want? A higher bonus? All right. Saquon's back. Zeitler, 1-year deal. Higher bonus. Hopefully he comes back. And he does. Daniel Jones, I just can't offer a contract to. He wants way too much money for what he is. We have to go in a different direction. We really do. Did not make the playoffs. 3-13, very good. Very good. Daniel Jones is stud, man. Glad he's our quarterback. Like, our offense is so good, and our offense is somehow so bad. We'll check out our stats as Tom Brady retires. 23rd best offense. I mean, Daniel Jones really didn't have that bad of a year. Our defense is so bad. Why? Daniel Jones wasn't terrible. He really wasn't. Saquon was, quite good. Receiving core, I don't know. We moved guys, and I don't know. It was weird. Made some midseason trades. Nasir Brown was great at middle linebacker. Didn't get any sacks, but that's okay. We're not getting any pressure on the quarterback at all. We're moving to a 4-3. I mean, I should have made this move a long time ago. I feel like the 3-4 in Madden Sim just doesn't work. Cam Newton wins MVP. Patriots playbook might be OP. Bears offensive playbook still OP. He's a 65 overall, and he's finishing at 3rd in the MVP, dude. Titans still is quite good. They just put up numbers in these playbooks, man. They put up numbers. And football team continues to be pretty good. Dak Prescott wins Offensive Player of the Year. No Giants. Defensive Player of the Year, Devin White of the 12 and 4 Bucks. Damn, the Bears won 11-4-1. Offensive Rookie of the Year, John Aiken. Bruce Wiggins at 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Nasir Brown. I'll take that. He could go up to Superstar X Factor, even though Kenny Harrington didn't, but he could. Chiefs won the Super Bowl, crushed the Bears. Crushed them. Daniel Jones. We don't have a ton of cap room if we offer him this. I would like to just franchise tag you, because I don't know what our quarterback situation is. 38.1 mil. I can't do that. I'm in a corner, dude. I've been running to a corner. I cannot give Daniel Jones, even if it's just 1 year, I cannot give him $40 million. I'd rather keep my my salary cap space. Brian Burns is here in free agency. I just don't need an edge, man. I have so many of them. Okay, so this is what the 4-3 looks like. I think it's just better, because Batch can now play outside linebacker and be fine. Nasir Brown's been moved to outside linebacker. He's a lot of potential. Kenny Harrington and was Antonio? Yeah, Antonio Baldwin are going to be our bookends on the defensive line. We have good defensive tackle depth right now. I don't really think it's too bad. I think this is where we should have been. The 3-4 just doesn't play in Sim, man. We need a quarterback really badly. That's the focus going into the draft. So we'll see what happens. If I signed anybody in free agency, did I even offer a contract? I don't remember. I don't think so. No. Did I like anybody? Maybe not. Okay, yeah, Sim's strong. Levante David's down to a 76. Sim's strong again. The Patriots are going after Daniel Jones. The new dynasty begins. Not a shock there. We're gonna head to the draft. Ooh, we have the #1 overall pick. So if ever there was a time to take a quarterback, it would be now. Is there a good quarterback available? Kevin Lawrence out of Clemson. What quarterback with the last name Lawrence out of Clemson can I think of offhand? Although this corner out of Oregon State looks nuts. 4.31 speed at that size. But like, Kevin Lawrence has to be the pick here, right? He's projected late first rounder, but like talent-wise is. But what choice do I have? I don't have a choice. I need a quarterback. Kevin Lawrence. He's only a 73 overall, but he's ranked at number 23 in the class. He's got star or better development. Is he already better than Daniel Jones? I mean, he'd be a really fun quarterback to play with in franchise with 93 throw power, coming out of the draft and 88 speed. Is he already better than Daniel Jones? Overall would tell you no, but his development trait would tell me yes. So he'll probably end up being the same overall as Daniel Jones at the end of the season. So good move for the future, for sure. Dude's name is Nick Bone. Is that Ben Bone's brother? That's not the same name. Whatever. Middle linebacker with 4.49 speed. It's tough to pass up. Best value to me, though, seems like Jamie Barkley out of Oklahoma. 4.36 speed, too. Kind of fun. Let's take him. Number 10 in the draft. We took him at number 20. 75 overall is quite good. Only normal development. I'm getting used to seeing it, man. 77 zone to go with 93 speed. Not a bad player, but these development traits are so disappointing. We'd use a backup running back. Jose Harvey or Austin Trapp? Jose Harvey. Welcome to the team. 76 overall, ranked number 4. Shocking, dude. Normal development. Never would have guessed that. Nice trucking, though. And that's the end of the draft. I have high hopes for this team. I always have high hopes, and they're always crushed miserably by the large boot of EA. Very sad. But, you know, you never know. Maybe this is the year. Could be. Trying to be positive. Team definitely doesn't suck somehow. I need a punter. This is basically how the team's going to look. It's not a bad team. We just need Lawrence to come out here and have a really good rookie year, which can definitely happen, especially in Bears playbook, because if 65 overall Nick Foles can come out here and finish third in the MVP, then I better see magic happening from Kevin Lawrence. Let me tell you, I better see sparks flying off the ball. I want to see an actual magician. I'd love magic. That's what I'm saying. Show me a fucking trick, dude. How we doing? 3-4. It's improvement. That sucks that it is, but it's improvement. 15th best offense. It's not bad for a rookie. Defense is 16th, so we're about middle of the pack. Our record pretty much indicates that. Even though we're an 87 overall team, 91 offense, 83 defense, we're about middle of the pack. We're going to use our Coach XP to go ahead and upgrade the quarterback for training boost. Maybe that'll make him even better long term. And we got to bring back Dexter Lawrence, which I would like to do. We don't necessarily need him, but I would like to bring him back just because he's a pretty good player. We do have Dalvin Tomlinson. We do have some other guys, Leonard Williams, who are already under contract and pretty good. But, I mean, Dexter Lawrence is up to an 85 overall. He's, like, slowly and steadily becoming really, really good. Xavier McKinney, need him back. So that's going to happen. And then Kevin Zeitler, like, he's 33. He can do better. Andrew Thomas, though, needs to come back. I don't remember seeing fifth-year options for these guys, even though they were first-round picks. So that's kind of strange. Maybe I skipped past it. I don't think so. I mean, I guess I could have. Darnay Holmes, we don't need to worry about right now. What does Zeitler want for a one-year deal? Same thing as always. All right, I'll bring him back then. All right, we got back who needed to come back. Although I need to, I don't know, open a book or something. That was barely English. We'll simulate to the playoffs, and we won't make them. So no playoffs. 7-8-1 though. I mean, you got to take what you can get. That is improvement. Fourth best offense. What a season for Kevin Lawrence. Broke the rookie record for touchdown passes. The defense just needs to come along. That's been lagging around the entire time. But good season from Kevin Lawrence, especially for a rookie. Saquon was great. I'm about to choke on Chick-fil-A fries. Not sponsored. Is it Saturday today? It's Friday. Ooh. Receiving. Bruce Wiggins. Looks like the slot receiver is still ridiculously overpowered. Darius Slayton, though, 10 touchdowns. But, he had a lot of yards. 15.5 per catch. Okay. Balling out. Julian Love led the team in tackles at corner. Tackles for loss, 15 from Dexter Lawrence. How about some pressure on the quarterback for once? 8.5 sacks for Kenny Harrington. We're moving in the right direction. Xavier McKinney had 3 picks, led the way. You know what the move is going to be? Is Cleveland Browns defense. If I check here in team stats and I see the Browns inside the top 5, it's without question the move. Defense. Football team. How many sacks do they have? Is football team the move? They only had 9 picks. But they were really, really good. That's an interesting team to maybe go with. I don't see the Browns here, actually. They were not bad, but not amazing. I think if we took football teams, if we took their defensive play, but we might be in business. They've been really, really good in Sim so far. So Lawrence only had star development, by the way, which is slightly disappointing, but I mean, we can't really seem to do much better than that anyway right now. Funnily enough, Washington football team is actually a 3-4. So I am going to go with New Orleans. I'm going the wrong way because everything is sorted not the way it should be. So we'll try 4-3. Maybe we'll get some pressure on the quarterback with the Saints playbook. And Season 5 is it. Let's see if anyone actually got upgraded. We're an 88 overall. Show me some superstar development traits. Okay, no. Looks like Kevin Zeitler retired. Lawrence had to have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he did, but still did not get upgraded. I mean, you're kidding me. You're kidding me, game. What do I have to do to get a development tree upgrade out here? Xavier McKinney went superstar. I'll take that. We need a corner, I think. The defense is not bad. Batch got upgraded. I mean, Brown's already pretty good. We could go back to a 3-4. Batch would, like, not be that important. I don't know. I'm indecisive as hell in this one. Texans Eagles in the Super Bowl. The Texans just keep going to the Super Bowl, man. But their playbook didn't do too much for me. Sorry, Darnay, we just don't need you anymore, buddy. I think in real life he's gonna be a beast over time if he gets the opportunity, but not for me here. 40 mil to spend in free agency. I could use a big inside linebacker. Fletcher Cox is a good player. Doesn't really help us out too much. David DeCastro is going to be somebody I target just because he's a really good offensive lineman. And we need that. We need a center. I can always rescind the offer too. But David DeCastro probably would be someone I want to get. Pretty weak free agent class overall, so I actually got to up this offer big time. Just to make sure that he joins our team. It's a lot of money, but it doesn't really matter on a one-year deal, since we're not signing anybody anyway. I don't know, man. Playbook seems to matter a ton here, as we got a punter and David DeCastro. Playbook seems to matter a ton again, because we still can't win many games. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on into the draft now. And I actually have high hopes for this next season. We have the right playbooks now. Our team is developing. We've got a quarterback. I think that this could easily be a 10 or 11 win team. So hopefully that prediction comes to fruition. Raiders have the #1 overall pick. What position do I need? Jaleel Short. Looks like he's a decent player. Probably wouldn't take a safety at #1. Cornerbacks, they look okay. Not crazy. We're just going to simulate to pick number 14 as Max Morris goes. Defensive end out of Duke, who actually looked pretty solid. I think this is a strong class. Clayton Feeney also, by the way, looks incredible. But we already have our quarterback, so I'm not going to go ahead and Josh Rosen him. But I love this receiver, Kevin Graves, a.k.a. Kevin put him in the graves. But I also like Bob Yancey a lot. But the thing about Bob Yancey, first of all, he sounds like a white guy from the 30s. Second of all, we have edge rushers out the ass. We also have some good receivers, so we don't necessarily need him. But look at the rest. I mean, there's no one really even on my draft board. So maybe it would be fun to just take both these guys and make a move up, since this was going to be one of the last years. So Kevin Graves is pick #1. Number 7 in the class, we took him at 14. They gave Odell's number. And obviously he's going to have normal development. 96 speed at least. Nice route running. But yeah, dude. Everyone has normal development. Okay, so Antonio Baldwin, a 1 next year and a 3 next year, gets us a 1 this year. And also Jordan Brooks. First round pick this past year of the Seahawks in real life. And we could use an inside linebacker. But kind of. He's actually going to be our highest overall inside linebacker now. So we have a little bit of a... We have some options now. Clayton Feeney's lasting way too long. Like, way too long. But I'm going to go ahead and take Bob Yancey just because he's fun. Yes, #1 in the draft for Bob Yancey. 79 overall. Star or better development. It looks good to see. 82 speed, 84 finesse moves. Screw it. I'm moving back to a 3-4. I'm going to choose Washington football team's defense. I know we're bouncing all over the place. But we have Bob Yancey coming off the edge. We got Harrington coming off the edge. And we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. We'll take Parker McGee. Backup center. Number 23 in the class. Took him at 46. 72 overall. Normal development. It'll work. So this is what the defense is going to look like in the 3-4. Harrington's going to stay at right end. And there will be a lot of times where he actually does come off the edge. And some of those will be highlighted in specialist, where Harrington and Yancey are rushing the passer. Brown will be our sub linebacker. So he will play a lot in that role. I considered moving him to slot corner. I think Jabril Peppers is just going to be better in that role. And then I'm going to change slot receiver to be somebody just a little bit better. And I think this team's actually going to be super competitive, which is exciting. It's exciting to maybe be good. Maybe. This is the offense. Looks very solid. I mean, Lawrence is coming along quite well. I think clearly the better pick than Daniel Jones long-term. Already up to a 79 overall. Already has star, better development. Well, I mean, it's star. I'm saying Daniel Jones was at normal. Slayton, 88. Metcalf, 88. We got Stratton in the slot at an 80. Offensive line looks quite good. I know David DeCastro is out of position playing center, but that's fine. Defensively, I think we have a lot of potential with this defense. We've got some stud pass rushers and some stud players that are going to be looking to play quite a bit. Cornerback is kind of the one position that maybe isn't up to snuff here. And the one change I actually could make, and I think I'm going to, is Jordan Brooks will be our sub linebacker, and I think Brown's actually going to play slot corner, so Jabril Peppers can go back on the outside. Darius Slayton's going to be my slot, so he gets a lot of targets. DK Metcalf behind him, and then we'll figure it out. But I am going to move Nasir to slot corner. I think it's going to be the best move for him and our defense to get our best players on the field all at the same time. So Jamie Barkley is quite good. He'll be our 2. But then Jabril Peppers is going to swap with Nasir Brown. So Nasir Brown should be very, very good in that role. When you go to slot receiver, I like Stratton as a backup there. Get some good targets in there. Go DK Metcalf maybe as our 3rd, even though that probably won't end up playing any type of impact. But I am ready to simulate to the midseason mark, where I anticipate this team will probably be at about 5 wins or so, which is still pretty good. Not going to bother re-signing anybody. This will be the final season. We're 1-2. I stopped the simulation to see if we could use coach upgrades, and we cannot. But now it is time to simulate to the midseason mark. Just to see how we're doing, we'll upgrade the team if anyone needs upgrading, even though the CPU should handle most of that. And we are 6-2. We're in position to make the playoffs. Very, very good at the midseason mark. Although football team just keeps winning, man. They were our 1 loss on the season, by the way. But our 1 loss? No. We have 2 losses. I don't know who our other loss was. I saw it in the top when I stopped. But let's go ahead and use our coach XP. We're up to a 90 overall, 93 offense, 87 defense. This has to be a playoff team, man. We're too good. We'll do wide receiver training boost. Saquon's already way too good. Tight end doesn't matter with Evan Ingram. And then we can't really worry about anything else. And does anyone need to be upgraded? That'll be the question. Julian Love, Al Beal, Byron Love. Okay, Byron. But, yeah. Playoff time. We're going to make them. Let's be optimistic. Let's be positive. We're going to make the playoffs. It's a playoff team. Come on. Round by. That's what I'm talking about. 13-3. Football team fell off. Love to see it. First offense. Damn. Chicago Bears playbook is the glitch. What about defensively, though? 4th best defense? That's what I'm talking about. This is where we needed to be. Kevin Lawrence got to be MVP. 4,400 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 5 picks rushing. Saquon almost averaged 6 yards per carry. 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns receiving. Darius Slayton in the slot was the move. 87 catches for almost 1,200 yards, but 21 touchdowns. 21. Evan Ingram, over 1,000 yards receiving. DK Metcalf didn't do much. I mean, Darius Slayton had 21 receiving touchdowns, so that's kind of just it. Anthony Walker had an unreal year. 112 tackles, 5 for loss, 7.5 sacks and a pick. 8.5 sacks from the rookie Bob Yancey led the way. Leonard Williams was 7. Kenny Harrington only 6.5. Interceptions 2 from Justin Reed and Xavier McKinney. The 2 safeties led the way. Forced fumbles 2 for Julian Love. Any defensive touchdowns? Doesn't appear that we did. We'll check out awards here. As Kevin Lawrence indeed did win MVP. Oh, and Baker Mayfield's on the Jags now. Damn, football team can play, though. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Kevin Lawrence. Saquon at 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Anthony Walker at 6. He had a great year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jay Newhouse. All you have to do is play on the Bears. You'll be amazing on offense. And then Bob Yancey wins Defensive Rookie of the Year with Brendan Overstreet, finishing inside the top 10 at 8. So we actually did manage to make the playoffs finally here in year number 5, but I guess you guys can enjoy the longer rebuild for the first rebuild of Madden NFL 21. Tight end training boost. I don't know why I said it like that. Don't worry about it. It makes it seem, more eventful. I don't want to say epic because it's not 2008. But we'll go ahead and advance to the divisional, where we will take on, oh no, it's football team. That name is just so funny to me. We'll go ahead and upgrade the team here. I'll jump into Super Sim. A little bit worried about all that, but what is their overall? Probably way worse, and all they do is just win. 85 to our 91. That's not terrible, but we're in the divisional. Super Sim time. Let's get this win. Let's advance to the conference championship. Oh, Darius Geis. That's a yikes. Oh, damn, the snow's coming down hard, huh? Okay. Let's see what we're capable of. Simulate to the end of the game. And we already got the lead. This is going well. And it's going less well. But it's going better. It's going not so great. It's score and then allow a score. This is a really good back and forth game so far. 35-21. But the it should be the football team gets on the board before the half ends. Looks like we're actually going to walk out of here with a win, though. Our offense is electric. 52-39 as we beat football team. Definitely not another name. I definitely didn't say anything other than football team. That's who we beat. We beat football team. We're playing football. They were a team. We beat football team. Kevin Lawrence, 442 yards, 4 touchdowns. What a game. And it's going to be the 49ers in the conference championship. Parker McGee, you better be ready to go as a backup center where injuries can't happen. We need to get you that upgrade. They're an 86 overall to our 91. Playing now for a shot at the Super Bowl. Is it snowing again and they're just launching off fireworks? I can get down with it. Feels like a Christmas matchup here. And I guess we'll just go ahead and jump to the end of the game. And maybe we'll show up. And it's not looking great. Keep overreacting so much. It's part of the fun. Up 14-7 here in the second quarter, but the Niners answer right back with a touchdown, tying things up. Just under a minute to play now, as we are now into the third quarter with a 10-point lead. But the 49ers make sure to, tighten the gap there prior to the fourth quarter, and now it's 35-24. 3 minutes to play. It is arcade mode, so we don't even have to be particularly good. We just be crazy. Okay, that's not, I didn't mean to throw it that far. Oh, okay, Lawrence, show him the cannon. They're blitzing heavy. Can we get that ball off? Aggressive catch. Flag. Is that defensive pass interference? Do we get bailed here? Yeah, there we go. That's what we got to do, Darius Slayton. Find contact if you can't make the catch. That's just how we taught it. Just how you draw it up. Pass interference down to the 20. Gotta love a good spot foul. Rolling out. Had X maybe. Still probably have X. We're going to have the sideline, though. Listen, dude, this is a rebuild. The gameplay doesn't matter. It's arcade mode, whatever. No. Do not celebrate. I tried to spin. Did they change the controls on me this year? What was that? Dude, if I would have fumbled controller through the monitor. Oh, no. And they got an X Factor lighting up. Just got to throw it quickly there to DK Metcalf. Move into the hurry up. And just how much time is going to be taken off the clock here? Oh, not even that much. Okay. First and goal. I'd sure love to run it in. But that's a good block, though. Lawrence, just get the end zone. Truck stick. Jaquaski Tart, meet the turf. Big touchdown. I mean, yeah, now we need a big 2-point conversion to make this a field goal game. We do have Saquon Barkley, by the way. So maybe we'll look to use him at some point. And that's, I mean, he just came in flying. All right, listen, it's arcade. All I really need is one hit stick. One hit stick. It is Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback, though, so he might just give me the ball. We got a timeout off before the 2-minute warning, which is going to save us some extra time because this next play is only going to probably take up a few seconds. We'll have maybe a minute 57. So that timeout before the 2-minute warning is big. We filled our gap. We got another timeout due to the 2-minute warning. That's money. 158. 3rd and 7. They're going to come out in a 3 wide receiver set. We're going to move to a cover 2. Move these guys down. They are passing. Going underneath. And I've been moved, but the ball's loose. Recovered by Brown. It's going to be a defensive touchdown. I maybe screwed up a little bit there, but guess what? Who you know that switches on and hit sticks as well as I do? Like, that's a talent. All right, though, we're going to take the lead. I told you, arcade mode, all I need is one hit stick. That's all I need. One slant, one 2-point conversion. We're up by a field goal. Slayton out of the park. Looking like Eric Thames on that one. It's more of an MLB The Show reference than actual baseball. But he did look like Eric Thames. Dude looked yoked. Look at the coverage. Don't throw at me. It's locked down. It's not there, Jimmy G, who has 5 passing touchdowns against the number 4 ranked defense. Yeah, okay. They can honestly keep checking down all day. I don't care. As long as they don't score a touchdown, it doesn't matter. We'll just stay on Jordan Brooks. We'll just wrap up, make tackles, and force them to actually extend the field. Justin Reed. As long as we keep them in bounds, we're golden. Now, they're quickly approaching field goal territory. Field goal range. Lawrence into the backfield almost. Oh, that would have been a huge hit stick from, what was that, Nasir Brown? Going outside. There is a flag, though. Holding? Holding ends the game for them, essentially. It is holding. That's going to be really tough to come back from. Because, of course, we're going to make it 3rd and 17 from the 46. And their 46. So this is going to be really, really bad for them. Covering that real well. And that's going to be intercepted by the X-Man. The X-Factor. Xavier McKinney is not Superstar X-Factor. And he's staying up. That is the game. 38-35 is your final. Xavier McKinney, also a lefty. Looking like Ken Griffey Jr. there. That's a better baseball reference. Left-handed bat. Also, reminded me of Ken Griffey Jr. with that swing. Maybe not quite as smooth, but that's your game. We're going to the Super Bowl. Would we actually be able to win the Super Bowl here in rebuild number 1 of the year? I think the odds on that would have been about 100 to 1 if you called Vegas right now. However, do we have any development change? See, we do. Lawrence goes up to Superstar. There we go, Kevin Lawrence. Love that because he won MVP. Darius Slayton up to Superstar because he had 21 touchdowns. And then defensively, Batch goes up to Superstar. Bob Yancey out here with Superstar already, I believe. Harrington, going to stick at Superstar. Would have been nice to see him to go up to Superstar X Factor at some point, but he's a 92 overall. We're headed to Atlanta. We're taking on the Dirty Birds. We're not. We're taking the Ravens, though, at the home of the Dirty Birds in Atlanta. Jamal Adams, the greatest player on the Jets, who is definitely on the Jets still. Shout out to Madden for the screenshot. Still a 0-0 game here as we approach the end of the first quarter. We changed that, though, going up 7-0. The Ravens are driving, though, and they are going to score a touchdown. 7-all here. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Nice takeaway, though, and a nice score. But the Ravens are driving down the field with the quickness. 11 seconds. Do we jump in real quick to keep him out of the end zone? Dude, it was going to give them all the time in the world. They're going to take a field goal now. It's going to be 14-10. If I didn't jump in, I guarantee it's a touchdown. Guarantee. It's just the way that simulation goes. But we'll see how the second half goes. 17-10, up by a touchdown. Ravens going to... I knew it. They were not going to let that last long. And there actually has been a Giants-Ravens Super Bowl before in 2000. And I don't want to talk about it as a Giants fan, but this is a really, really close game. 24-23. The Ravens go up by a touchdown. And then we end up scoring with the quickness. Kevin Lawrence passed to Saquon for 71 yards. And it is 31-all here. And it looks like the Ravens punted. 31-31. We're jumping in. 1:49 to play. Arcade mode. Who knows what could happen. Saquon. Great run. Got no yards. Tried to navigate into the open space. They weren't having it. Rolling out. Oh, that's wide open. That's wide open. Saquon, get up the field. We're just going to go ahead and duck out of bounds. That was a nice juke, though. Is gameplay actually going to be good and fun this year? I'm super excited to dive into Jags franchise. If you guys are not watching Jags franchise, that is an actual all gameplay franchise where you get to see me rage and be bad and crack jokes the entire time. So check out Jags franchise on the channel if you're more interested in gameplay on all Madden simulation, not this arcade stuff. Arcade is fun, though. It might be a nice change of pace to keep the rebuilds on arcade mode. But we have 1:18 to go. Saquon, lead us to the promised land. Let's take this outside, looking like Saquon in real life. He's not really an in-between the tackles guy. He can be, but his vision usually not incredible, loves to bounce things outside, but it also results in home runs. Just home run, big plays all the time. So, I mean, you'll take the good with the bad. But we don't really need him to go up the middle for anything right now. We just need him to waste a little bit of time, set up the field goal, set up the win, delay a game. And it was an accident, but we drilled the field goal, so it doesn't matter. 34-31. The question is, did I leave enough time on the clock to be screwed here and cry at the end of a video like a baby? Maybe. I'll be like Richard Nixon when he stopped being the president. Up by 3. Is that too early of a reference? Do we have any guys who were born in the 40s here who would get that? Probably not a ton. Oh, and that's the game. No Huddle has a 10-second runoff. So the game's just over. Lamar Jackson threw for 454 and 4 touchdowns. Okay. Saquon with a TD. Oh, did I skip the celebration? Devin Duvernay, hook 'em horns, went off. So I have Dante Pettis. Who had the big interception for us? Jabril Peppers. That's huge. That's huge. But yeah, pretend you saw a Super Bowl celebration. Wow, that would have been so fun. That's going to do it for the video, guys. We actually won the Super Bowl. Something that didn't happen a ton in Madden 20. So maybe this is a sign of good things to come. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. This is going to be a longer video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. A lot more of these coming down the line in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
We'll